back to my channel. Today I have an exciting video, but it's good news and bad news. Bad news first, I feel like that's easier to get out the way, but I have filmed this book haul before and then the footage turned out to be like horrible, so I'm refilming it. Why is that bad news? It's because a lot of these were unboxings and I feel like unboxings are so exciting to watch because you get to see like the excitement and everything that comes with the book. I won't be doing that today because I've already seen all these books and you know, I already recycled the packaging. That's a little hard to recreate, but I still have like the book art and some of like the PR stuff that I wanted to show you with the book. Good news, however, is that since filming that video, I've collected a few more books and that just means a bigger book haul. Let's just cut to the chase because I want to show you all these books. I don't know where to start, so I think I'm just gonna start with a series that I have already completed. I feel like this one is easy to talk about, but I have 4 books in the Magnolia Park series, and if you haven't heard of this series by now, it is a TikTok sensation. Like, I feel like that's what it's marketed as, but I'm not sure. Super popular, super drama filled, and it's advertised as like if you like Gossip Girls, but like set in London and a bunch of rich kids and just drama, heartbreak, and like a little bit of toxic love. I don't know what level of toxic, but I think it has to do with like an on and off couple where it's like, are you together, are you not? And it's just back and forth, back and forth. Anyways, all of those are in this series, and I happen to have all 4 of the first book. I think there's a 5th book coming out, but I'm not too sure, or even like a 6th book, but for now, I have 4 books. The Magnolia Park series include Magnolia Parks, Daisy Hate, which is like the 2nd couple in the series. Imagine that like the Addicted series / Calloway Sister series. So Lily and Lo are the main couple, and then Rose and Connor would be like Daisy and Hate, and then I'm not sure if there's like a 3rd couple, but if not, they could also be like Riker Daisy. Then I have Magnolia Park's A Long Way Home, and then Daisy Hate and The Great Undoing. It was super exciting when I got the last 2 books because I was sent them early, like way before publish date, like before they were released out to the world, and that is so exciting, even though people already read them because this is being picked up by a publisher. It's picked up by Dutton Publishing, and so these are new covers. As much as I'm talking about these series, I have not read them, and I kind of want to do like a reading vlog since I have like everything with me in hand, and I feel like jumping from book to book, like when I already have it, makes it easier. If you want a reading vlog for Magnolia Parks and like first impressions, I'd be down to do it, but I have not read this series. I just happen to have the whole entire series. Next up, I have 2 books by Nisha Shera, and I love Nisha Shera. I have Dating Dr. Dill and Tastes Like Shakar. I'm so excited about these books. If you didn't know, I already read Dating Dr. Dill. I read that last year, I want to say, or earlier this year, but that doesn't seem right, so I think last year. But I love this book so much. I think it's so romantic, so funny, and just like very heartwarming. Like, it's such a good book. You know when the 2 characters are just like perfect, like they're such a match, and their communication and their banter is just so like top tier. It's everything. And my best friend actually gifted me this for my birthday, which is so sweet because she remembered I was at a bookstore and I was like, ooh, I should get this book, but I already read it and I really wanted another book that I haven't read, and I was like, I only want to buy 1, so I went with the book that I haven't read. So I'm so happy to have this in my collection. Then I went out and bought Taste Like Shakar because it just came out this year, like not too long ago, and it's the 2nd book to Dating Dr. Dill. Like this is like a friend group. This is Karina's friend and this is Perm friend. I'm super excited for this book. I love Nisha's like writing style. I feel like she incorporates spice in a very like smutty way, but it doesn't overwhelm from the general plot or like character development and stuff. I could say this was a spicy book, but I like will remember the plot more because the spice was just like a bonus into the story rather than it was like being a smutty book. So I'm excited to meet the new characters and then read about my favorite ones. Next up, I have a interesting series. I just know that it is super taboo, super spicy. Not beating around the bush, I have 2 books in the Loser series. I have part 1 and part 2. I think this is a 3-book series, but the first book is just like a prequel novella, and it's super short, and it just introduces you to how the couples got to be in part 1. This book is about Jessica, who was super popular back in high school. Like, she was prom queen, she dated like the football quarterback, and she was just with like the popular crowd. Then like one night on Halloween, there was this dare at a party where she had to kiss like one of the losers, and that just escalated into these 2 books. I assume these are the losers, but there's 4 losers, and basically they're just like bad boys, like nobody really wants to get to near them. I feel like there's a lot of drama, but they all just kind of date her, and that's the losers books. I don't know how to explain it except for that. I think they just all date her, and it's super taboo, super spicy, as I said earlier, but I have a few mutuals on Bookstagram and BookTok who have read this, and they really recommend it. Like, they love it. Like, they are it's like a top tier book for them. And I feel like I'm holding it to those standards where it's going to be super good. So I have high expectations, but I have not yet read this. Next up, I have a super exciting book package, but of course the package and everything else is no longer in my hands. But I have all the things, so I want to show you everything that I got in this book package and the book, of course. First things first, the book. This is Whistleblower by Cove, and I love Cove. I feel like I've talked about Cove a few times on here. She wrote Love Me in the 303 series and Camera Shy, which are all super amazing books, super romantic, and just like the right amount of spice. Good plot, good characters, and just like romance. Like, it's good. I love Cove, and I was so excited when she announced a new series. This is the Paladin series, and this is a little bit out of like what she wrote. Like, I saw that in the author's note, but like, it's out of her comfort zone. It's about assassins and secret agency and just like protective and alpha male, which is always fun to read. Anyways, this one is about Eden and Link. Eden joins a like consultant secret agency government team of assassins, which is like a mouthful, but just like a secret agency group for the government. She needed a job. She was also escaping where she was at because people were out to get her. And then she meets Link, and of course he's one of the assassins, and he's super protective and super just like doesn't want anyone to touch her, and of course people are out to get her, so he's like alpha on that. The story continues on from there, and that is Whistleblower. This was one of the most exciting like book packages I've ever got. Like, I've never seen one as detailed as this one, so thank you so much, Cove. You literally have my heart. Some of the things that came with it is this bookmark. It has a little spicy quote on the back, so I don't know if I can show that. Spotify playlist, scan if you want to listen. Super duper spicy book art. Like, I definitely cannot show this on camera. Like, I couldn't even show it on TikTok. Some stickers, and then a special Cove note, which is handwritten and with my name on it, which is just like extra special. This also has a bad word on it, but it came with some chapstick, which I've been using, and it's in my bag, and I don't have my bag near me, so I can't show you the chapstick, but it's just a blood orange red chapstick. Got a candle, and this is blood orange as well. So delicious. It literally smells like Smarties or Pixie Sticks, but like obviously more flavorful. Then a bookmark, a pen, and highlighter, just so I can annotate the book. Craft mix, which is like a cocktail mix or mocktail mix. M&Ms with the book title on it. Attention to details. I think this is my favorite thing, but a necklace that matches the book, so it looks like this. It is so cool and like cute, but I like the way it like can be extended like this or like longer like this. It's just great. I love it. Genuinely one of the most exciting book packages I've ever got, but I feel like all of my book packages that have been like top tier have been from Cove. Anyways, let's jump into the next book. This is Priest by Sierra Simone. It's the indie published version. It's out of print. You can't get this anywhere now, and it's like super, like, I want to say rare, but of course, like when it was printing, like there's a bunch of them. Because you can't get your hands on this now, it's like super like overpriced on Mercari. And I found it at a used bookstore, and it was it's like 13 bucks, which is still fine. I feel like 13 bucks for a book is average now. Like, some books are like 17 bucks, which is like kind of pricey, but that's a different conversation. This is like a bang for something that's like out of print, because I feel like out of print books like are such a big deal online, and people can charge you like $500. Or like when things are limited quantity, of course it gives it more value. Mowing your lawn right now, neighbors, thanks. Who is that? But of course, when things are limited, like there's so much more value to it. So I feel like this was such like an exciting find when I found it. I don't know why I'm reading so many taboo books, but I just filmed a like reading vlog where I read Sinner, which is the second book to this series. And it was just like super taboo and super spicy. I was like, I guess I'll just continue on with the series. I am not one to read books in order, so for me to read like the second book and then jump back to the first book, that's like normal. And with this book, the dynamic is a little bit different, where the male main character is a priest and he's super religious, super devoted to the man up above. And the female main character is not, and I think she comes to him asking for like religious advice or something, and that's how the relationship kicks off. Taboo. Like, I don't know what else to say about it. Like, it's very like, I don't know how to describe it, except it's like on the line of like you either like it or you like absolutely hate it. Anyways, next up, let's move on. I have three thriller books from Sourcebooks Fire, and I love Sourcebooks Fire. Like, they write amazing like YA books. The Summer of Broken Rules is like my favorite YA romance, and it's from this publisher, so I absolutely adore them. They've been in like their thriller era, so they've been sending me a lot of thriller books that are coming up within like next month and all the way into March. They're releasing a lot of new thriller books, and I just wanted to show you 3 that they sent me, and then they also sent me something super cute. Look at this. It's a tote bag for me to put all my new books in, and I've already used it once, and it's like the perfect length where it doesn't like slip and slide, but it's like enough where I can like know that my things are secure, but I can still open it and like grab things. Qualities for a good tote bag. That is so cute. The first book I have is Tag You're Dead, The First Rule of the Game, Trust No One. And then this one is Missing, and it says, every town has its secret, some are more dangerous than others. Such a good liar, Lydia has a secret, she's not Lydia. I love the cover of this one, and the little tagline reminds me of Jane the Virgin when Petra's twin sister tried to be her. I don't know why that pops up in mine, but that's literally what I think of. Like, Petra is not Petra. Like, Petra has a secret, she's not Petra. You know? Like, I know this is a thriller book, and like in the show that was also like kind of scary, but with like comedic senses. So I'm excited for all these books. Surprisingly enough, I know people love thriller books in like the fall because of like Halloween and stuff. I am a thriller book in the spring because it's like daylight out and it's like good vibes outside, and it makes the book not as scary because I'm a very jumpy person. I am terrified of things. I can't wait to read these when there's daylight out and it doesn't get dark by like 4 p.m. Next up, I have Something just fell out of it. This is Off the Hook by Julia Olivia. This reminds me of like It Happened One Summer. Small coastal town, very like grumpy sunshine and forced proximity, which I feel like with Tessa Bailey's book, that was pretty much like similar tropes. This one is a little bit different in the sense that it's a nanny book. So she nannies for him, and he just happens to be her ex-fiance's brother. Did I tell you this is also Peter Pan inspired? Like, the female main character name is Wendy Darling. It seems like a super cute book. Like, it just seems very cozy and just a fun read. Like, it just looks so happy. Sometimes you look at a cover of a book and you're just like, that is a sweet book. Like, this is a sweet looking book. It did come with some things that you could see fell off or fell on me. So it came with some stickers. This one says Captain, or Come and Get Me, Captain. This is the location of the book. It has this map, which I feel like this is so cute. Like, I want to frame this and put it on my wall. And I know like some people are like, that's not vintage. It looks vintage. Stickers and bookmark, which are super cute. Next up, also another book with character art, which I love character art. Like, you should know I love character art. I get so excited about it. Like, I don't know why. Like, just seeing like the characters of a book come to life, like, hello? Anyways, let me grab the things out before they fall. This is The Heir by Ava Rainey. This is the second book in the Biotech Billionaire series, and it's of course like rich billionaires and grumpy sunshine and that kind of trope. It's a little bit like the Dreamland Billionaire series, but not quite, just like the billionaires part. And also in like big industries and like being CEOs and just super powerful. This one is about Henry and Selena, and it's also a workplace romance because Selena is his assistant, I believe. She somehow works for him, but it really was supposed to be like a one-year thing just to get some money, just to like figure herself out and like, you know, really just be focused on her. But of course, when they meet, their connection turns into more. I literally have like the tropes in here. So it says billionaire romance, dual point of view, multicultural, workplace, spicy, found family, gossip girl, and scandal vibes. Vibes? I don't know why I said vibes twice. Protective hero, gentleman, dirty mouth. Anyways, this is the book art. So this is the couple from this book. This one is from the first book and it's called The Spare, and the tropes are pinning, found family, Succession and Gossip Girl vibes, billionaires, he fall first, he falls harder, and then best friend's brother or brother's best friend. Scan to read if you would like. Super cute stuff. There's also a bookmark and then some very fun stickers. Next up, I have two more thriller books. I don't really know what these are about, but the cover looks super intriguing, so I have them. This one is called Swarm, and like, look at the covers. Like, are those butterflies? Are those bats? Like, we will never know. Isn't that a little bit creepy? Like, a butterfly eating? Like, with fangs? The tagline on this says, on a sunny September morning, the creatures first appear. Creatures versus human, like, honestly, that could take me out. Like I no survival skills. That one seems intriguing and like a little bit too close to reality. Not to say that we will get swarmed, like, knock on wood, but I feel like the chances are not that far apart, but I don't know. Then I also have The House in the Pines. This is a Reese Book Club favorite, or like choice. Girl who, like, her best friend like dies out of nowhere, and so she's like solving that mystery. I don't quite know the details, but I'm excited to read this. I don't know why. I was just in like a big thriller book era, and so I just wanted to read like all the mysteries. We're at the home stretch, but whenever I talk for an hour straight, like I get congested. My nose gets runny and I just sound like sick, but I'm not. I've just been talking for too long. Next up, I have Somewhere Only We Know, and I got this at a little free library. I remember I was like super intrigued in this book back in high school / like I think 8th grade, but I never read it. I never picked it up, and so when I saw this, it kind of like brought back a bit of nostalgia. I was like, oh, that was a book I was like interested in. I'm gonna read it now at 24 and see if it is still something I would have enjoyed. I feel like this would be good because it's written by like an Asian author, but it also features like Asian characters, which the representation is always important to me. But this one is about a K-pop star, and of course she's like super famous and like she values her privacy a lot. Jack, the main character, is a paparazzi, and that is like his side gig just to make some money, and they like fall in love, they have this connection, and that is really hard because they value different things at this time. Like, he is doing it just for the money, but she like needs her privacy. That is an interesting problem and conflict to work through, and so I love me a good celebrity romance, and I'm excited to see where this one goes. I have The Predictable Heartbreak of Imogen Finch, Friends Don't Fall in Love, and Artifacts of an Ex. All of these covers are super cute, and I just want to shout out the author and like show off their work, but there is a boycott for S&P Romance. I support the boycott, and I just want to share these books because they're new, but if you're gonna read them, withhold from reviewing online. With that, that is the wrap up of this book haul. That was a lot of books. I sometimes don't even realize how many books I accumulate until like I see my stack on my couch and I'm like, those are all new books. I have a lot of books, but I love books, so I can't complain. You can never have enough. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace. Bye guys, love you.